cinema, at the cinema, at the cinema reviews.
What is up, guys? Welcome to Boomer Base. Today I'm here for the 30th anniversary for Jurassic Park. What a film, what a film. So I went with a couple of friends for the 30th anniversary a couple of days ago, and boy oh boy, let me tell you, it was such a treat seeing it in the cinema. Now, I didn't see this film in the cinema as a kid. It was a bit before my time. I did own it on VHS and things, and as a little kid, you know, I loved Pokemon, loved Power Rangers, was big into watching stuff, and Jurassic Park did appear on my radar and things, and I did enjoy the first three Jurassic Parks when I was a kid, and it thus, as probably a lot of kids and things, it made me really like dinosaurs and things. I'm more interested in the underwater or aquatic dinosaurs, if you like, but all dinosaurs are still very, very cool nonetheless. So let's start with the negatives. There was only a few people in the cinema that were kind of coughing, but I think it's around that sort of still end of hay fever season. I think there's a new strain of COVID going on and things, you know. That was my only major thing for the cinema, which, all things considered, is not too bad to only be bothered by a little bit of coughing. All in all, it was actually a very nice cinema audience and things, so I really appreciate that when that happens. It allows me to just sit and enjoy the film and feel immersed within the film without too many distractions going on. I will say there was a fair few people that were going to the toilet, which felt like a bit of an odd thing compared to the norm when I am at the cinema, but maybe it was just because they've seen it before, they know they're not missing anything and can kind of, you know, metaphorically let their hair down a bit. The only other negative things I'd have to say would be, some of the CGI special effects looked a little choppy, but that's like a nitpick at that. The runtime did feel a bit long, but it's only probably because I've seen this movie a fair few times, so 2 hours of a film I know quite well, you know, can feel a bit long, especially in the uncomfortable cinema and things. But wow, 30th anniversary for Jurassic Park. You know, if you asked me what I was going to watch at the cinema this week, I would not have thought I was going to watch Jurassic Park. It was literally an almost a lucky sort of spot, and it was a case of, oh, I'm going to go see that. But yeah, on to the good things, which there are plenty of to speak about. Now, despite the runtime and despite the fact that I've seen this movie several times and things, I was engaged throughout the whole film. It still holds up extremely well. I'm not bored whilst watching the film at all. I'm there for all the dinosaur carnage that comes. The setup to the film is really, really good, and it's just one of those films where I feel so comfortable watching it. I like seeing the dinosaurs. I like seeing, our main characters, Grant and Ellie, you know, appear on the Jurassic Park island. I can't think of what the name is off the top of my head. That's my own problem. But, you know, when they first see all the dinosaurs and start, you know, understanding that shit, these are real, this is happening, it's such a wonder to see. And it's really, you know, I like, you know, the second and third film are definitely not as strong, but I don't necessarily think they're bad. I like that we get to see newer dinosaurs in some of them, and just an array of more kills and things, you know, I'm fairly sure they've appeared on Dead Meat's Kill Count, and which I just enjoy it for that as well. You know, it doesn't always have to be super scientific and things. I sometimes do just like watching dinosaurs kill people and things. I'm a big fan of, you know, monster movies and dinosaur movies, or just big creature movies. They are a big appeal for me. So, you know, although I didn't particularly like Meg 2's story, I liked exploring more to do with the Megs and things and the trench. That was very, very cool. Whenever I literally go to watch Jurassic Park, I forget about it every time until I literally see him appear on screen. I literally always forget that Samuel L. Jackson is in this movie, and it takes me by surprise literally every time I forget. but it's a very weird role for him. He's not really in it too much, and he kind of steals the screen when he's there, which is also a very positive thing. Nedry, who played by Wayne Knight and things, his character is always one that I just hate with a passion in this movie, but he does it so well. Like, I just thoroughly detest his character, but that just, is merit to him for his character portrayal and things. But no, everything looked amazing on the screen. Watching Jurassic Park on the big screen, it made me feel like a kid again. It was a very nice, refreshing thing to be at the cinema and experience that nostalgia of a kid and just being kind of almost giddy watching this type of film in the cinema. So that was a wonderful thing for me to experience, especially with kind of how cinema's been recently. There seems to be more misses than hits at the moment for me overall, which could have things to do with the strikes and whatnot. I can't really put a finger on it. It may just be the genre of films that are coming out and things, but it's one of those things where I can't, really say for true or not. It's just, it was nice that Jurassic Park gave me that big positive vibe and things, and I'm really happy about that. And to me, I think a lot of people would, look and view this movie and say it's either, along the lines of terrible or, it doesn't look very good now and things, and might say that it's outdated and say that the CGI is bad, but you certainly have to look at it from the perspective of this film came out in 1993, and for a 30-year-old movie, going and watching it today, I thought what would be classified as the poor CGI and special effects, I thought that was better then than movies like Ant-Man 3 and Shazam 2 were putting out, this year and whatnot, and that speaks volumes to Jurassic Park as a whole. I still really don't like, I'm fairly sure her name's Lex. Her character just bugs me so much. Like, I think it's meant to when you watch it, but fucking hell, she's so irritating. I don't know what would go through a child's mind when there is a T-Rex literally 6 feet from you, but it would not be to pick up a big flashlight and start shining it around and things. I'd probably be pissing and shitting myself in the car, too frightened to move, let alone picking up a light to start shining everywhere. It's always a treat seeing Goldblum in the cinema. His character Malcolm is certainly a treat for the eyes. In a lot of his scenes where he's a bit more provocative, he heard a lot of chuckles and things and a lot of laughter in the cinema, so it's always enjoyable to see him on screen. Again, it was always amazing to see Hammond, played by Richard Attenborough. He's a delight on the screen. He's just a big character and just essentially wants the best for his park, but he is essentially playing God, and it's weird. I almost don't like him at the same time as liking him. He's got a bit of a... Whenever I watch it, I have a weird love-hate relationship with him. Like, I really like him, but I also dislike him at a fair few points. Seeing Dr. Grant and Ellie on screen, played by Sam Neill and Laura Dern, the best parts about the entire film. Ellie's character is just hilarious, and I am really sad that they never did get together. I did think that was a really big missed opportunity. I can't comment for whatever happens in the new Jurassic Park, as I just haven't seen that. So I don't know if anything developed further in the timeline, but I don't think it did. Sam Neill as Dr. Grant is just incredible. I can only speak volumes to him on screen, and I'm just having a look. I don't really think I've seen him in much other than Jurassic Parks and Hunt for the Wilder People. I'm just having a quick flick, to be fair. Like, there is the dad in... he's in a couple of the Thor movies as the actor Odin. But, I don't think I really pay too much attention to know that it is him and whatnot. He was in the Alcatraz TV show, which I did really like, and I was sad that it got cancelled after one season, sorry. But just having a brisk look, I really don't think I've seen him in that much more. No, I don't think I have. So yeah, he was literally just Dr. Grant and then the main character in Alcatraz pretty much for me. And then randomly when I watched The Hunt for the Wilder People, I really feel like I should see him in more things. He is a really fun, cool, actor to see on the screen, and I really do think he has maybe missed some opportunities with film and whatnot. But it's entirely the actor's choice what they act in and things. So maybe he just wasn't vibing or feeling anything that was coming his way, really. And slightly delving into some more negatives, I guess. I know there's a lot of paleontological inaccuracies and things, or I think that's the right wording, but dinosaur inaccuracies with the film, but none of that stops or inhibits me from enjoying what's on screen. I don't suddenly think, whoa, that's incorrect, I'm not going to like this film. Like, that's not what I'm here for when I watch Jurassic Park. The same way when I watch something like Transformers, I'm not overly fussed with, scientific accuracies. I'm there to watch giant robots punch the fuck out of other giant robots and blast shit up. Likewise with this, I'm here to see big dinosaurs, and if dinosaurs kill humans or other dinosaurs, I'm here for it as well. One of the biggest highlights of this film is definitely the soundtrack. It has some very memorable songs, or OSTs, or whatever you want to call them, which is something that carried fully in the cinema, and it just made the experience in the cinema that much more satisfying. I have never read the Jurassic Park book by Michael Crichton. I'm fairly sure he also did Westworld. I don't want to say he did Westworld and I'm incorrect. Did you do Westworld, or was it the Andromeda Strain that I'm thinking of? Yes, it was Westworld. So in terms of other things that in terms of Michael Crichton that he's written, or wrote, whichever the correct grammatical thing is, I've watched the film The Andromeda Strain, and then I've watched the film Westworld, and they were both really cool stories. He has a very good knack for the sci-fi, and I'm hoping that there are some good audiobooks to look over or listen essentially to, because I'm really enjoying audiobooks over actual reading. I find actual reading quite difficult. Maybe that's due to my dyslexia and autism, but I find it very hard to picture the characters unless I've got something to base off. But it depends on how much the Jurassic Park film reflects to the book. If the characters and pretty much the plot are the same, then I probably will be able to read it and gel with it quite nicely. But I've been thoroughly enjoying the Harry Potter audiobooks read by Stephen Fry. They are amazing. And then I'm currently listening to an audiobook for Fourth Wing as well, which I didn't think would be a film up my street, but it has turned out to be a film up my street, essentially. So I'm very much looking forward to the second book that comes out this year for that. And then the only other thing to mention was the animatronics for the dinosaur, really. They hold up beyond well for 30 years. I don't even know if they could replicate something that good now, comparing it to how good it was then in 1993. But no, just to, I know this will sound like a quick wrap up and things, but I had a really nice time in the cinema, and I think that's what really matters. It felt nice to feel like a kid in the cinema again, and that's the big positive I'm taking away from this cinema experience. And I hope others manage to catch it in the cinema and experience the 30th anniversary. If not, if it's still on in your area, I highly recommend you check it out. If not, I would just try and watch it at home and, celebrate the 30 years of Jurassic Park. All I can say is don't forget to like, comment, subscribe and all that good stuff. Drop me a comment, let me know about anything to do with film that you might want to discuss. And I hope you have a lovely day and rest of your evening. All those types of things. Take care now. Hey, thank you for watching the video. Click the button to keep watching, or click the other video for more videos, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.